You ever repeat an affirmation 100 times and nothing changes? Like you say, I'm rich or I'm confident, and your mind just goes, no, you're not. Let me tell you exactly why that happens and how to finally fix it, guys. Hey guys, it's Mohammed. Welcome back to Galaxy Gestalt. And today we're getting into something a lot of people struggle with, but barely anyone explains. Why your affirmations feel like you're just talking to a wall. We're going to break down why your subconscious mind, the giant, powerful part of you, just ignores the very things you're trying to tell it. We'll cover why saying, I am wealthy when you're stressed about bills feels like a lie to your system, and how to actually get your inner world on board so your outer world can finally change. Stick with me till the end, folks, because once you understand this, affirmations stop feeling like empty words and start becoming, your actual reality.
And look, before we go deeper, I've got a free ebook for you called The Magic of Affirmations. It'll show you exactly how to use affirmations to shift your subconscious into abundance and confidence. It's free. Link in the description. It's the perfect partner to what we're about to talk about today. All right, so let's get right into the heart of it. The whole world of manifestation, of self-help, tells you to use affirmations. Repeat them. Write them down. Stick them on your mirror. I am successful. I am loved. I am a magnet for money. And you do it. You really do it. You say it in the car. You say it in the shower. You might even fall asleep listening to a recording of them. And then, nothing. Crickets. Your bank account looks the same. Your love life is the same. That feeling of doubt in your gut is, well, it's still there. And this is where people give up. This is where they decide it's all nonsense. They think, see, it doesn't work. I tried. But listen, the problem isn't the affirmation. The problem isn't that you're not saying it enough times. The issue is that you're trying to send a little paper airplane into a hurricane. Think about it like this. Your subconscious mind is like the hard drive of a computer. It has been programmed for years since you were a little kid. Every experience, every lesson from your parents, every time you failed, every time you were told you weren't good enough, every time you saw your family struggle with money, all of that is code. It's the deep underlying operating system of you. It's your self-identity. It's the truth your system runs on. So you, with your conscious mind, which is like the keyboard and the screen, you type in a new command. You type in, I am wealthy. But the hard drive, the subconscious, immediately runs a fact check against its core programming. And its programming, based on years of evidence, says, alert, alert, contradiction found. Core program is, we are always just getting by. Core program is, money is hard to come by. Core program is, rich people are different from us. So this new command, I am wealthy, is false. It must be a virus. Ignore. Delete. That little voice in your head that immediately says, no, you're not, when you say your affirmation, that's your subconscious mind's security system kicking in. It's not trying to sabotage you. I'm telling you, it's actually trying to protect you. How? By keeping you consistent with who it believes you are. Its job is to keep you safe. And to your subconscious, safety equals familiarity. What's familiar is the struggle. What's familiar is the feeling of not having enough. So this new, shiny, wealthy identity, it feels foreign. It feels unsafe. It's an unknown variable, and the subconscious hates unknown variables. It would rather keep you in a familiar, predictable state of lack than risk the unpredictable nature of abundance because it simply doesn't know that territory. This is why repetition alone is a losing battle. You can stand in front of that mirror for 8 hours a day saying, I am confident. But if your core programming, your lifelong identity, is that of someone who is shy, awkward, and gets nervous in social situations, you're just creating a massive internal conflict. You're creating stress in your own system. The words you are saying are one frequency, but your identity is vibrating at a completely different and, frankly, much, much louder frequency. Think of it as two radio stations. Your affirmation is a tiny little pirate radio station broadcasting on 101.5 FM. It's weak, the signal is choppy, and you're just trying to get it on the air. But your subconscious identity? That's a massive 50,000-watt national broadcast tower on the exact same frequency, 101.5 FM. It's been broadcasting the same program, The Story of How We Are Not Confident, for 20, 30, 40 years. Its signal is powerful, consistent, and completely dominant. Which signal do you think the universe and your own body is going to pick up? It's not even a contest. The stronger frequency always wins. Your identity's frequency is louder than the words you speak, every single time. So the real question isn't, how many times do I need to say this? The real question is, how do I change the broadcast tower? And the answer is emotion. The subconscious doesn't really understand words. Yeah, it processes language, but it doesn't speak language. It speaks the language of feelings, of emotions, of images, of bodily sensations. It speaks in the currency of energetic truth. When you say an affirmation, your subconscious is not listening to the words, it's checking the feeling behind the words. It's asking, does this feel true in the body? Is there emotional evidence to support this declaration?
Let's take the money example again. You're looking at a pile of bills, your stomach is in knots with anxiety, you feel that familiar tightness in your chest. In that state, you take a deep breath and say, I am a magnet for money. To your subconscious, that is the biggest lie it has ever heard. The words say magnet, but the emotional truth, the vibration in your body, is screaming repellent. It feels the anxiety, the fear, the lack, the stress, and it concludes, logically, that the feeling is the truth and the words are just noise. The affirmation literally bounces off. It doesn't get absorbed. It can't land because the soil of your inner state is completely hostile to that seed. It's the same with relationships. You can say, I am in a loving, committed relationship 1,000 times a day. But if deep down you carry the wound of past betrayals, if you feel unworthy of love, if you go to bed every night with a hollow ache of loneliness in your chest, then the feeling you are broadcasting is, I am alone and unworthy. The affirmation isn't just ignored, your system almost scoffs at it. Yeah, right, it says. Look at how we feel. That's the reality. So how do we fix this? How do we get the affirmation to stick? We have to stop trying to force it from the outside in. We have to stop yelling at our subconscious with words it doesn't trust. We have to start generating the feeling first. We have to make the new reality feel normal, familiar, and safe before it has even manifested. This is the secret, guys. It's kind of wild, but it's about embodiment. It's about shifting from, I hope I become this, to a state of, I am this now. Not just with your words, but with your entire being. So instead of just repeating, I am confident, what if you did this? What if you took a few minutes, closed your eyes, and asked yourself, what would confidence feel like in my body right now? Not in some distant future, but right here. How would a confident person stand? Well, their shoulders would probably be back. Their chest would be open. So you physically adjust your posture. You pull your shoulders back. You lift your chin. How would a confident person breathe? Probably deeply, calmly, from their belly. So you start breathing like that. Deep in, slow out.
what would a confident person be thinking? They wouldn't be replaying their most embarrassing moments. They'd be focused on their strengths. So you deliberately recall a time you did feel confident, even for a second. Maybe it was when you nailed a presentation, or told a great joke, or helped a friend with something you were good at. Find that memory and feel it. Let that feeling of competence, of pride, of ease wash over you. Even if it's just a tiny little spark, you hold on to that feeling. You amplify it with your breath. You let it fill your chest, your arms, your head. Now, from that place, from that state of being where your body feels a little more confident, your breathing is calm, and you have an emotional memory of success, now you whisper the affirmation, I am confident. Do you feel the difference? It's not a lie anymore. It's not a forced, empty declaration. It's an acknowledgement of a feeling that is already present in your body, however small. You're not longer sending a paper airplane into a hurricane. You're planting a seed in fertile soil. You're giving your subconscious emotional evidence that it can latch onto. You're telling it, hey, see, this feeling? This is what we're talking about. This feels kind of good, right? This feels safe.
Let's apply it to money. Instead of saying, I am a millionaire, when your bank account is in the red, which creates a huge internal conflict, try a bridge affirmation. Something that feels more believable, more emotionally honest. Something like, I am open to receiving unexpected income. Or, I'm getting better and better at managing my money. Or, I am worthy of financial stability. These feel less like a lie, so the subconscious security system doesn't go on high alert. Then you pair it with the feeling. What does the feeling of stability feel like? Not the wild excitement of winning the lottery, but the calm, quiet peace of knowing all your bills are paid. Imagine that feeling. The release of tension in your shoulders, the sense of ease in your gut. Maybe it's the feeling of going to a grocery store and buying whatever you want without checking the price tags. Feel the freedom in that, the relief. You generate that emotion in your body first. You bask in the feeling of relief. And then, from that emotional state, you affirm, I am financially secure. Now you're speaking its language. Now you are aligning the words with the emotion. You're changing the broadcast from the inside out. You're telling your subconscious, this is our new normal. This feeling of peace is where we live now. And when you do that consistently, your subconscious starts to update its programming. It says, okay, we keep feeling this feeling of security. It doesn't seem so scary. It actually feels good. Maybe this is our new identity. Maybe financially secure is who we are now.
This is how affirmations finally stick. They stop being something you are chasing and start being something you are being. It's a shift from a desperate I want to a peaceful I am. When you can walk through your day embodying the feeling of the person who already has what you desire, the affirmations become a natural extension of that state. They become the soundtrack to your new reality, not just wishful thinking. Listen, your subconscious mind is the most powerful tool you have, but you can't bully it into submission. You can't trick it. You have to work with it. You have to befriend it. You have to show it gently and lovingly that a new way of being is not only possible, but also safe and wonderful. When your affirmation feels less like a desperate plea and more like a simple statement of fact, like saying the sky is blue, that's when you know you've made the shift. That's when you know the broadcast has changed. And when that inner broadcast changes, I'm telling you, your outer world has no choice but to tune in and reflect it back to you. The money shows up. The right person walks in. The confidence becomes your default state. Not because the words were magic, but because you became the magic. You became the person you were affirming you were from the inside out.
And hey, if you want to dive deeper into actually making affirmations stick, grab my free ebook, The Magic of Affirmations. Links below. It's packed with practical exercises, just like the ones we talked about, to help you really lock this in.
Thanks for watching, folks. More deep stuff like this is coming soon. Whether you like, comment, or subscribe, that's totally up to you. Just remember, here on Galaxy Gestalt, we're all about mastering the inner world so the outer world has no choice but to follow. And yeah, what's coming next is going to shift the way you see manifestation completely.